For 10 years now, ever since Disney bought Lucasfilm, Star Wars has gone further and further down this path of pushing identity politics. That's what they're worried about now. They don't want to tell a great story with compelling characters. They would rather talk about inclusivity and diversity and push the woke agenda as opposed to actually entertaining people. That's why the audience has had enough of it. That's why so many people have left Star Wars over the past decade. But they're so delusional, they just continue down this path. But one tweet was apparently just too much for them. They had to go back, they had to delete it, they had to reword it, because by trying to be so virtuous, by trying to virtue signal so hard, they ended up pissing off the very same people they were trying to pander to. Star Wars, and of course they got Andor now streaming on Disney Plus is their title now, but this is the Star Wars official account. We celebrated hashtag Hispanic and Latin American Heritage Month with authors Daniel Jose Older and Zoraida Cordova about Latin representation in a galaxy far, far away. And you can see this response down here. We listened to our community and made necessary edits in support of our Latin fans. Well, that's weird. I wonder what that is. I didn't even see what this was all about. Well, maybe we've got a little context. My nerdy home right here with the context. Hispanic and Latin Heritage Month, we talked with authors Daniel Jose Older and Zoraida Cordova about Latnx representation in the galaxy far, far away. It was so bad that they had to delete that tweet, that they had to rename the article. Because the people that they're trying to pander to, Latnx, nobody fucking uses that in the Latino community. Nobody uses that term. I don't know how many times that we have to go over shit like this. This is a term used by woke white leftists. It's not actual Latino people that are using this. And of course, Hispanic and Latino doesn't necessarily mean the same thing. You can be both. You can be one or the other. But about 1 in 4 Hispanics have heard of Latnx, but just 3% use it. So 25% of people that actually heard about this stupid term that's being used nowadays, but 3% of people actually use that. But that's what you're trying to push. And you got called out by the same fan base that you're trying to pander to with this nonsense. In fact, if I search Star Wars Latnx, the first thing that pops up is this article that they were trying to share. Unidos, celebrating Latnx representation. Now, if I actually go to the Star Wars account, they've changed it, right? They've changed it, but a lot of the metadata when you search it has not been changed yet, so it's still there. They did take the X off. Now it's just Latin representation. Now, again, I think it's interesting they're using the word Latin representation instead of Latino representation. It's almost like they still don't want to put a gender on it, even though people are trying to tell them what the fuck is going on. But how pathetic is it that you had to delete a tweet and change an article because the people that you're trying to pander to with your woke bullshit have fucking rejected it? I would have loved to see what that ratio was. I didn't see how much backlash there was in those comments, but you can scroll down through and see a lot of people saying, you mean use the term no Latino uses because blue-haired white them people told you and you're only now realizing it was a mistake? Gotcha. Here's someone saying, it's good to see more Latins getting opportunities. You can just say Latinos, bro. You can just say Latinos. That's fine. It's never enough, is it? Look at this. So considering Star Wars borrows heavily from Filipino culture, Ewoks speak Tagalog, Filipino martial arts using lightsaber battles, any chance you're going to acknowledge Filipino History Month? It is never enough. It will never be enough. Representation is not the way. This new movement celebrates biological heritage instead of individual behavior and achievements. Don't get me wrong, I'm fine with a mixed cast as it fits a universally mobile mankind, but there's no need to mention it or celebrate it. And a lot of people are just saying, hey, we're cool, diversity, whatever. Why don't you show some actual fucking aliens? Maybe give us some droids in this Star Wars show right now that is boring some people to death. And the funniest thing about it is by talking about Latino heritage and Star Wars, there's no fucking such thing. There is no such thing as a Latino, as a Hispanic person in Star Wars. It doesn't fucking exist. And you can have Diego Luna talking out there about my accent. No one can bring what my accent brings to this character. Well, I think other people that have that accent probably could. But the fact that they are, talking about this in the Star Wars universe is just so laughable because, quite frankly, it doesn't fucking exist. It's in a galaxy far, far away. There are no Latinos. There are no Hispanics. And there certainly are no Latnx people because that doesn't even make sense. So it's good to see Star Wars be forced to delete their own shit because they got so embarrassed by trying to pander to a group of people who fucking hate being pandered to in that way. Maybe Disney, maybe Lucasfilm, maybe Star Wars. You should focus on telling entertaining, compelling stories without having to rely on using diversity and identity politics as a fucking shield. Make good shit, people will show up and watch it. That's the reality of the situation. And when you continue to push this nonsense time after time, especially by interviewing insane lunatics like Daniel Jose Older, who also writes for you even though his books don't sell for shit for good reason, you continue to show how disconnected you truly are with people out there. That you thought that this would fly and it would be okay. And then you don't even have the balls to actually say Latino because you're so fucking scared of the woke lunatics that you now call your audience. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.